We've got another penny hunt for you guys today, and this bank sealed box is from Sandy, Utah. Hey everybody, it's Rob with RobFindsTreasure, and that's right, we're going to do another good old-fashioned one-box hunt of pennies. I want to thank Merman first and foremost for the trade for this Sandy, Utah penny box for one of my penny mats. He said his penny boxes are not that great, but I have never hunted one from the state of Utah, so I figured why not give it a go. Let's keep our fingers crossed that this is better than the average box he told me about, and maybe it'll have something spectacular. Either way, I'm still excited. I get a box of pennies to hunt. It's bank sealed, so you know what that means. We better first and foremost make sure it's actually circulated pennies. Let's take a quick look. And look at that right off the bat. A Canadian stunner ender, the first one I grabbed out. Unbelievable. It is circulated, and that is a beautiful Canadian cent right there. Man, cannot wait to see what year it is. You guys know the drill. I'll be using my penny mat and my microscope to check for any of the varieties we may find. Now, Utah is close to the Denver Mint, so I'd imagine we're going to have a lot more Denver minted cents in there. But if that's the case, we know we need to find that 1992 D Close AM, although that'll probably be pretty tough to find, but I'll be looking for it. Anyway, let's get this hunt started. Let's see what this Utah penny box produces for us. Well, we're off to a fast start. First roll, about a third, maybe a quarter of the way through the roll, we've got our first wheat cent. And it's going to be a common 1944 Philly, but we're on the board in roll one. Let's find more. We're on roll number two, and this box is off to a pretty quick start because we already saw we had a Canadian ender in here. We've already pulled the wheat cent. We've got a Canadian here, and I just cracked open the roll, and we've got another wheat cent right there. The Canadian almost ender is the second coin in, is a 1978, I believe. Yeah, thought it might have been a 6 for a second. And the second wheat cent of the hunt is going to be a 1956 Denver. 2 wheat cents, and we're going to have 2 Canadians here in a minute. Roll 3, another find. Another Canadian as well. I didn't know there was going to be quite so many Canadians in the Utah boxes, but then again, it is a little more north than I am, but it's not far north. Either way, 1979, Canadian, 2 Canadians, 2 wheat cents, not even 3 rolls. Same roll, and we already have our third wheat cent found in as many rolls. 1945, Philadelphia. Roll number 5 is going to be that Canadian ender, and now I can see the date. Looks like it's going to be a 1996, so I won't bring it back in unless there's something else in the roll. Roll number 6, the Canadians take the lead. Canadian cent number 4 compared to wheat cent number 3 that we've already found, and that one is a 2000. Roll number 11 is going to yield Canadian number 5 of the hunt already, and it's a young head. So it's going to be 1964 and older. 1956. I guess I'll make mention that the design is actually called the Laureate obverse and not the young head. We just refer to it as a young head, but one of my subscribers pointed out that maybe I should start trying to say Laureate obverse instead of just young head. Either way, I refer to them as the young heads, but it is called a Laureate. Let's get back to the hunt. Roll 14, Canadian number 6. They're running away with it. 1993. Same roll. Canadian number 7. 1970. Roll 16, Canadian number 8. A 1979 stunner. Roll 19, Canadian number 9. For my Utah viewers out there, is this normal? I don't remember ever seeing this many Canadian finds in a state that wasn't touching the border of Canada. Either way, we've got 9. If I hit 10, we'll film the 10th one, and everyone after that, I'll just give you a wrap-up at the end. Unless, of course, it's a young head / Laureate or older. Let's get back to the hunt. Roll 21, Canadian number 10. And as I said, this will be the last Canadian I film. unless we've got a laureate portrait or earlier, which would be 1964 and older. Holy cow, guys. We are on roll 43 of the box. This box has been cold as ice since those first 3 wheat cents, other than a bunch of Canadians. That being said, though, roll 43, we grabbed it out, and we've actually got a wheat cent ender. 53D. First wheat cent in, I don't know, 35 plus rolls. I was getting ready to give up on the box, and I was thinking Merman was right. These Utah boxes are terrible. But after the fast start, I thought maybe I got a good one. Either way, we've got a wheat cent. We know it's a 53D. I'll show it to you in a second. Hopefully, we get some more. As mentioned, that wheat cent ender is going to be a 53 Denver. Wheat cent number 4. Well, roll number 48 is going to be one of my better rolls in a while because we do have another Canadian, but I also see an older wheat cent, at least from the back. The Canadian is a 1975 and it's number 16. And wheat cent number 5 is going to be a 1924. It definitely had the old back and it has the old front. And I will take a 1924 20s wheat cent in the box. Wow, been a tough hunt. Only the 5th wheat cent found, but it's a 20s, and that makes me happy. We've got 2 rolls plus the rest of this to go. Can we get a 6-pack and feel good about the hunt? Well, we finished that penny box from Sandy, Utah, and it kind of lived up to the hype that Merman told me. He said that they're pretty slim pickings out there, but it's still a penny box, and it was fun to hunt. Now, we did make up for the lack of wheat cents by finding a 1924. That's one of the older ones I have found in a while. Wish it had a mint mark, but I will still take one without. Had it been the 24D, it would have been a semi-key date with only 2.5 million minted. We got a couple in the 40s and a couple in the 50s to go along with it. I did pull out 4 nice 2009s. We had a total of 16 Canadians, one being the laureate head, or the laureate portrait, if you will. Young head, as we sometimes call them here in the U.S. We got 4 59s, a really nice 1965 that I'll add to my mint state rolls. 1 69S, not the DDO, and we got it in roll 49. Didn't think I'd see one. Got a pretty good cup of copper, just over 3/4 of the way filled, so not a bad copper box whatsoever. And I will also mention that despite being in Utah and thinking I'd see more Denver minted coins, we had more Philadelphia minted coins in this box than I had in my Edwards, Illinois box, so that was a little bit strange to me. Either way, it was still a fun hunt. Wish we'd have found some more oldies and goodies, but we didn't. But that's coin roll hunting. You got to just keep knocking one box out at a time or one roll at a time. Hopefully you enjoyed this penny box hunt from Sandy, Utah. If you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting and thanks for watching.